Good day. My name is Edward Bartlett. I'm the president of the Domestic Abuse and Violence International Alliance. It's good to be here with this program among such erudite individuals from around the country and I believe internationally. Um, my presentation today is about domestic violence, specifically domestic violence perpetrated by women. Reports about female perpetrated domestic violence are increasingly seen in media reports. Just last week, People magazine revealed a nefarious plot by a group of fifth grade girls in Sunrise, Arizona, after one of them broke up with her girlfriend. And that picture you see there, that's the school where they attended in Sunrise, Arizona. The girls schemed that one girl would bring the knife, one would forge a suicide note for the ex-boyfriend, one would act as the lookout, and the fourth would actually lure the boy into a school bathroom to, quote, just end him. Well, the police found out about this when the police actually began to ask some questions to the girls the next day. One of the girls actually failed to show any regret or remorse. In fact, she reportedly would smile and laugh while making excuses for her actions. Such cases of female perpetrated domestic violence are not unique. According to the NIS survey of the Centers for Disease Control, NIS stands for National Intimate Partner and Sexual Violence Survey. You can see the cover of one of the reports below here. According to the CDC report, there are actually more male victims of domestic violence each year than female victims. I provided the link if you want to see it for yourself. The actual number of male victims we're talking about physical domestic violence, the actual number of male victims each year is 6.5 million. Compare that to the number of female victims, 5.6 million. That's obviously a pretty substantial differential in the number of victims. It turns out that women are not only the perpetrators of domestic violence in general, they're perpetrators of domestic homicides in particular. My organization has actually compiled a listing of 18 female perpetrated domestic homicides that were reported between January 1st and April 30th of this year. Again, the link for that report is on the screen. And so I've done a screenshot of the top of that. Many of these titles from this compilation actually reveal premeditation. These are not like sort of, just, based on anger or whatever. These were premeditated. One of these incidents was titled, "She was forced to share custody of their daughter, so she had someone kill her ex in front of the girl." Again, there's the link. It was in People magazine. There's a photograph of the woman. Her name was Rachel Moore, who arranged this particular incident. There's a federal office in the United States called the Office for Violence Against Women. That office is at the Department of Justice. That office claims that domestic violence includes, quote, any behaviors that intimidate, manipulate, humiliate, isolate, frighten, terrorize, coerce, threaten, blame, hurt, injure, or wound someone. The link is there. With such broad definitions, the reality is nearly every person in the United States can now make a claim to be a victim of abuse without needing to provide any hard evidence. So think about it. Such broad definitions open the door for false allegations. According to a national representative survey done in 2023 that we conducted, we contracted with a group called YouGov. 10% of American adults, that's about 26 million persons, report that they have been falsely accused of domestic violence, sexual assault, or child abuse And that graph there, actually, the survey was done in 8 countries, and the United States is the third country here. The number of, or the percentage of male victims is in blue. The percentage of female victims of false allegations is shown in green. About 1/3, according to the survey, 1/3 of the false allegations were made as part of a child custody dispute, which is concerning and revealing. False allegations can have devastating consequences. False allegations often harm the reputation and career of the accused, and we know from the Innocence Project that they are a leading cause of actual wrongful convictions. Wielded in child alienation cases, false allegations have been described as a, quote, weapon of destruction in a family. Victims of false allegations, though, are now increasingly fighting back. I assume everybody listening to this presentation recalls the Johnny Depp trial, 2022, against Amber Heard. He won that trial, of course. And one of the things that came out in that trial is here's the picture of Johnny Depp himself in a emergency room in Australia. If you look closely, his right middle finger has been severed. That was a result of a domestic violence incident that he had. So in June of this year, baseball pitcher Trevor Bauer was awarded nearly $310,000 against a woman who falsely accused him of sexual assault. So obviously that's a very recent report of a well-known American athlete. The criminal justice system needs to take female perpetrated domestic violence just as seriously as male perpetrated abuse. Lawmakers need to ensure that domestic violence laws utilize gender-neutral language, not just talk about male perpetrators and female victims. Second, programs need to rely on CDC 12-month statistics, not use these lifetime numbers that are unreliable because they're subject to recall biases. Third, services need to be made as widely available to male victims as female victims. And finally, prosecutors need to pursue allegations of female initiated violence with the same vigor as they do in cases of alleged male perpetrated violence. Bottom line, society can no longer allow to grant female perpetrators the quote chivalry treatment for their serious crimes. Thank you very much.